make a remark about the presentation of Dr. Ko. It's really encouraging that the progression that neuroscience had made so far on searching for consciousness. Although the approach, it seems more towards that approach that you applied, a reductionist kind of an approach, where you are trying to find consciousness on a physical basis. But I think as a Buddhist, I believe that there is no way that you can find consciousness on this, applying this method. But while observing the conversation that's being taken place here, I find that we are also neglecting, I may be wrong, but the beautiful presentation that Sangpolas gave about the mental factors, and he presented about the 5 omnipresence, always there with the consciousness. But when we try to define, or when all the scholars that I observed so far, they try to neglect the other factors that are involved. So in a way, we are also in some sort of a direction that science has applied, reductionist kind of which is, I think, a little bit incomplete. So if we need to get to the consciousness, then we have to include the 5 omnipresent that's there, so that I think it will give us a fuller picture. And then there is I think that could be one way that we can be able to comprehend what consciousness itself is, not searching for the basis of it.
Yeah, I think we'd like you to elaborate on that. That's a really interesting point. So, Brian?
So I'd like to first address what Geshe Lobsang said and then what Geshe Nawang said. So I think we're talking in some way about similar things. I mean, I don't think we should ignore the fact that when we eavesdrop on cells firing in the brain, we're eavesdropping on electrical energy, right? So it is an energy that we're talking about. And I think contemporary neuroscience, with all the tools that we have, has definitively proved that that is the neural correlate of consciousness as we define it. And so, yes, there are other energies in the brain. You have cerebrospinal fluid coursing through the ventricles, and that forms a source of maybe kinetic energy. But to be able to definitively prove that that is another source that gives you a conscious percept, I think will take a lot of effort. But so I think there is a common